Welcome everyone to the Western Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. Tonight we'll be having a 6x6 fair, which means that all of our 6 colleges will be presenting for 6 minutes each. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen at any point to type questions to our presenters. Your camera and microphone are off, so our panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so please be sure to sign up for more. And this session is being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/WACAC. And with that, I'll turn it over to our first presenter tonight, and that is Scripps College.
Hi everyone. My name is Sanaida Reyes, and I am the Assistant Director of Admission at Scripps College, and my pronouns are she, her, and hers. So I work for Scripps College. We are a women's college, but don't let that scare you. I'll go a little bit more in depth to kind of just like how that works, us being part of the CLAREMONT Colleges and this buy one get four free situation. But Scripps is located in Southern California, so we're in a small town known as Claremont, which is known as the city of trees and PhD. So very much an academic setting where you can still have the accessibility to go to LA, or if you want to go to like camping in Joshua Tree or Mount Baldy. So having the balance of opportunities and social, not feeling like you're always like in the midst of the city, but also still having the access to still go to different parts of Southern California. We are part of the CLAREMONT Colleges, so like I said, it's a buy one get four free situation. We are technically 7 schools. Our goal is to get to 10, but 7 out of 10 is still passing. It's a C, so I'm going to still count it as a win. So the first school to be founded was Pomona in 1887. Following that was Scripps, starting the suffragist movement. After that was Claremont McKenna, which was originally going to be Claremont's men's college, but they decided to make it co-ed a few years later. It was also a response to GI Bill, so a lot of veterans coming back. After that was Harvey Mudd, which was founded during the space race, so a lot of STEM, even though they are a liberal arts college. And the most recent undergraduate institution was founded was Pitzer, which was founded during the civil rights and social justice movement. The reason why we as a consortium like to highlight the consortium so much is because you're able to have this small liberal arts college experience with the resources of a large institution. So still having that intimacy of knowing the staff and the faculty, but still being able to branch out and also not feeling like you just know one of the students on your campus. You have access to over 2,000 classes each semester. We're on the same academic portal, same academic schools schedule as the other schools in the consortium. And our students really are able to make the consortium however big or small they would like to make it. So again, it's this, I hate this phrase in admission or just in higher education, but it really does work for a lot of us in a lot of different ways. It's the best of both worlds. Again, small liberal arts college, but the resources of a large institution. So that's just a little bit about the CLAREMONT Colleges. For us specifically at Scripps, again, we were founded during the suffragist movement. Our founder was Ellen Brunning Scripps, so she was a suffragist philanthropist and a newspaper publisher. She was 89 when she founded the school, so she didn't really believe in retirement and wanted our campus to have a very small, tight-knit community, and that's exactly what we are. We have about 1,000 students on our campus, and our average class size is 16 students, and our student-to-faculty ratio is 10-1. So it's definitely the kind of place where you're going to know your professor, and the professor might notice if you miss class. So that's just a little bit about the numbers. Oh, also adding to that, about 60% of our students do study abroad. We have it about 120 different programs in 47 countries. Scripps doesn't have their own programs or more partnerships with the other schools, so they can really vary whether they're like homestay, university stay, or I know there was a student a few years ago where they were camping their time in Africa, so they really do range in what our students can take advantage of in studying abroad. And your financial aid does transfer over, and the majority of our students do study abroad for a semester their junior year. And for internships, over 85% of our students will complete at least one internship by the time that they graduate from Scripps. A little bit more about our academics. We are a liberal arts college, so having this well-balanced education of our students pursuing a variety of fields, not just in one specific field like the humanities, it's the STEM, arts, the STEAM, all of these great things for our students. But what I really like to highlight at Scripps is our core curriculum, which can be a little confusing because so many of us can also use this language, but I want to specify what it means for us at Scripps. Our core curriculum is a 3-semester sequence that is only reserved for Scripps students. And basically in the sequence, it's looking at all these different academic subjects. So 16 to 18 faculty members will be teaching that year's theme. So right now our students are looking at the theme of truth. What is the truth? Are we learning the truth? Is there truth in chemistry, politics, dance? Core 2 is more of a focused interdisciplinary. So one of our most popular classes is called Misrepresentation of Women in Society and Science. And the next class is more of you going out to the community in either an individual or group project. when our schools first founded, women weren't exactly present in the workforce. So yes, it was great and dandy that our students were going to college, but it wasn't enough. Our founder wanted our students to have a very well-rounded education. So regardless of what field that they pursued, they can talk about a range of academic subjects. That's why there's process of, let's look at all these different academic subjects. Now let's see how they work together. Now let's see how to actively apply that knowledge. So that's just a little bit about the academics at Scripps. Speaking more to the women's college experience, if you're a student who's like, I would never do that to myself, that sounds horrible, join the club. The majority of our Scripps students did not expect to come to a women's college. But really being able to be part of the CLAREMONT colleges, where you're able to make it as much of a women's college as you want to make it, but still having the resource of a women's college, like salary negotiation, because unfortunately we still live in a society where there is a gender wage gap, and that even gets broken down into different forms of identity. So having our students have these resources that cater to marginalized gender identities. And let's be completely honest, higher education wasn't exactly created for women. So to be in a space where you see other marginalized gender identities is really empowering, because it's not just with the students, it's staff, it's faculty. I think too, being that a women's college, there's a lot of ideas, they're all gonna wear combat boots and they're all ready to take down the patriarchy. You're going to find these students everywhere and anywhere anyways. If you're ready to take down the patriarchy, great. But if not, you can definitely be the student who binge watches Insecure on a Friday night. That is a-okay. It's a place where you don't have to be too ambitious or too loud or fall into these stereotypes and seeing the intersections of your identity. It's being in a setting that roots for your personal and academic success. And again, our students are able to make it as much of a women's college, so they have access to clubs in the CLAREMONT colleges and at Scripps. And we have a lot of traditions. I won't talk too much about this because I know I'm running out of time. And then just ending with we are committed to the holistic approach. We are SAT and ACT optional. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to contact me. My email address is on the screen, as well as our Instagram admission handle. But I hope that this was helpful. And if you have any other lingering questions, again, please feel free to contact me. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next presenter is Chapman University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sterling Freeman. Let me pull up my screen share really quick. Awesome. Here we go. All right. My name is Sterling Freeman. I'm an undergraduate admissions counselor here at Chapman. I work with students from San Diego, Los Angeles, Central California, Nevada. So if you're from any of those areas, I'm your admissions counselor. If not, we have ways to connect you with whoever your admissions counselor is. I'm also an alumni from Chapman. So I graduated in 2019. I did my undergraduate in business administration with a minor in leadership studies. So it's always really fun to be here to kind of share information about the university with you. So let's go ahead and get started. A little bit about Chapman. We've got about 7,500 undergraduate students and almost 2,500 graduate students. So about 10,000 students in total, which puts us right in that medium-sized range. I always like to kind of say that we're like a Goldilocks university, where we're not too big, we're not too small, we're kind of just right. So you're not going to feel like it's so large that you're disconnected or you're drowning, but you're not going to feel like it's so small that you're claustrophobic or that you've done all that there is to do. You really always have the opportunity to meet new people, but you're going to see familiar faces around campus and in your classes, but always with the opportunity to take on more experiences, which is really nice. And our average class size is about 24 students with the 13:1 student to faculty ratio. We have 52 majors and 72 different minors, and we are also a liberal arts university. So that same emphasis that Zenaida was just talking about in that sense. We have representation from 48 different states, 4 different territories, and 79 different countries. So it's a very diverse campus. It's something that we really pride ourselves on and are always working to kind of strengthen across campus. And then about 53% of our students study abroad. We have 3 different ways to study abroad. I'll talk about that in a little bit more depth in a minute, but just kind of keeping in mind that we really have a big emphasis on that global experience. So here's where we are located in Southern California. You can see us in the big red letters. We've got Angel Stadium and the Duck Stadium about 5 minutes away. We've got Disney about 12 minutes away. A lot of students will get jobs at Disney, whether it's as a cast member, kind of working in the park, or working on the more professional corporate side of things. And a lot of students will also get Disney annual passes and really take advantage of that. We've got the beaches close by, so all within a 20-minute drive. We've got Laguna Beach, Newport Beach, and Huntington Beach. So it's super accessible, super fun to be able to be kind of right by that. We've got the mountains and skiing about 2 hours away. So if you like to ski or snowboard, it's really easy to get up to Big Bear for the weekend or just for a day, go ski and snowboard. And then we're kind of centrally located and almost sandwiched between Los Angeles and San Diego. So you've got Los Angeles about an hour north and San Diego about an hour and a half south. So it's super accessible to get to either of those areas. We have a train stop on campus that'll take you to either of them. And then as you can see in the bottom left hand, we've got kind of perfect weather year round being in Southern California. We always joke that it's sunny and 75 about 360 days out of the year. So what's nice about where we're located is there's over 85,000 different companies in the area, everything from smaller startups to larger international organizations. And so this right here is just a small snapshot of a number of companies that think Chapman first. And so basically what that means is that they have partnered with us, they work with us, we have a relationship with them. And so when they're looking to fill different internship or job positions, they're coming straight to Chapman first before they're posting those different roles out on like LinkedIn or Indeed or any of those other job search platforms. So it's really nice when you come to Chapman because you've got a really solid foot in the door with a number of really big name companies, both local and on more of an international scale as well. And with that, we also have a career and professional development center on campus who's there to kind of help you navigate all things professional and career related. So they'll help you with your cover letter, your resume, they'll do mock interviews with you, they'll help you find and apply for different jobs and internships and also connect you with alumni who might be able to help you get a start in whatever industry you're going into. So here's a picture of our piazza. This is what it looks like on a day-to-day basis. There's always so much going on. There's always people all out and about everywhere. You always have at least one table in the piazza tabling for some sort of event or fundraiser or whatever it is that they're doing. And so I think the first thing that you notice when you come to Chapman's campus is just how vibrant and lively and energetic our community is. I would say all of our students are involved in one, if not multiple things across campus. And so we really encourage students to have that balance between their social life and their academic life. But it's just a really fun place to be. There's always something to do, whether it's on campus or off campus in the larger Orange County area. The university is always putting on different events or holding concerts or guest speakers. Greek life is a really big thing with about 35% of our student body being in Greek life. But with that, we have a little over 190 different student clubs and organizations to get involved with. So you've got plenty of options in terms of finding kind of things that you're passionate about and things that you want to explore or take up an interest in. So I think, again, just to emphasize our community, one thing that's really unique is we're really like just this big extended family. Everyone is really just supportive and encouraging of one another. And you really feel that when you are on campus and in the Chapman community. We've worked really hard to expand our campus. We've averaged at least one new building a year for the last 10 years. So we're always trying to listen to what our students are saying in terms of their needs and their wants on campus. We've got the Keck Center at the top, which is our new science and engineering center. When we heard that students wanted more opportunities for research or for their science classes, newer technology, we built the Keck Center. And then the K on the bottom left is one of our new residence halls, housing our sophomores, juniors, and seniors. Again, students wanted more housing on campus, and so we built that. At Chapman, we really have a big emphasis on a personalized educational experience, as well as hands-on learning. So whether you're in the sciences or social science or whatever it is that you're doing, if you want to do research, you're able to start that as early as your freshman year. If you're in business, we've got the most amount of Bloomberg terminals on any university campus on the West Coast. You can get Bloomberg certified before you graduate. And then with all of our different film or arts programs, those are all very hands-on as well. We've got D3 athletics. And like I said, study abroad is a really big thing. So whether you're doing that through a travel course, which is a little shorter during the month of January or the summer, and those are all faculty led, or just a traditional semester long study abroad course, or what we have called a program called Semester at Sea. There's a ton of different ways to do that and a lot more to learn about all those different programs. But we have a couple different deadlines. First is November 1st, and that houses our early action and early decision deadlines, and then priority deadlines for any of those programs listed right there. And then we have a January 15th regular decision deadline as well. So just kind of keeping those in mind. That's all I've got for you today. Feel free to reach out with any questions. And if you scan that QR code, it should take you to our website. But I'll put my email in the chat and everything. I hope that this was informative and helpful. And I hope that you guys will be interested in Chapman and reach out if you have any questions. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Our next presenter is University of Redlands.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Viviana Romero. I'm an admission counselor here at the University of Redlands. Let me see. Okay. Trying to pull up my presentation really fast and we can continue. All right. So, yes, we are centrally located here in Southern California as well. You can see on this big, beautiful map. We're a little bit closer to the mountains. So Quick Bear is about 45 minutes away. LA, about an hour and 10, hour and 20, depending on where you're trying to go. But we're only about 10 minutes away from the downtown area of Redlands. So that's where a lot of our students go hang out, go eat at restaurants, go to the movies, go shop around. And then our average temperature is also around in the 80s. So fairly warm, really good weather in SoCal. Our total undergraduate student population is about 2,500. So our students really get to, I think, make connections throughout their 4 years. and they're able to also just feel connected to the community on campus. We are a primarily residential campus, so our students get to live on campus and have housing guaranteed all 4 years. And our mission overall is to educate our students in the heart and the mind. So we want to make sure that, yes, a student is participating in, experiential opportunities, but then also just immersing themselves in their academics and other opportunities to meet their peers and to meet faculty and staff. So what does student life look like at Redlands? So we have about over 120 different clubs and organizations on campus. That includes our Greek life, community service, different honor societies. We are a Division III athletics university, so we do offer 21 sports for both men and women. And we do have an outdoor programs that are outdoor programs for students that are more outdoorsy and want to do more activities outside, like camping, kayaking, or doing some other snowboarding activities too. We do have our campus diversity and inclusion office that does a lot of programming on multicultural affairs. We have these different centers that also cater to specific identities to provide support, alternate programming, internships as well, and just foster conversations and community for students of color on campus. That's all of our 21 sports, housing. So these are all of our majors that we have at Redlands. We have over 50 plus majors on campus. Some of our popular programs are business administration, engineering, biology, music, and psychology. But we've had students double major in any of these majors that we have here. It really just depends on what you're trying to do. As a liberal arts university, yes, we want to make sure that a student is pursuing that major that they want to do, but also how are they engaging in other classrooms. And so you'll have our liberal arts inquiries, which are additional classes that you'll be taking that are going to have different themes and objectives that you're going to be pulling that are going to make you a well-rounded student by the time that you graduate. For our Office of Professional Development Office of Career and Professional Development, sorry, it's been a long day. They do a lot of career fairs. They're able to do a lot of alumni connections, just bring in alumni to talk about their industries or work experience, being able to connect with our current students, just offering them an insight into what it would be like to be in the workforce. They do an amazing job to also do advising to prepare students on those next steps in college. And then for our first year admissions, we are on a Common App. So we do have the Common application. In there, you'll be submitting your extracurricular activities, doing, listing all of your sports activities, community service, leadership experiences that you have. You'll submit your essay. We have 2 Redlands questions that we asked. It's just for us to get to know you a little bit more because we want to make sure, that you're going to be able to do the things that you want to do when you get to the university. You'll also be submitting your high school transcript, 1 letter of rec. You can submit more than 1, but at least 1. And we do have 2 deadlines as well. The biggest distinction amongst the 3 is early decision is the binding contract. So that means that if you do get admitted at some point in the admissions process, you will need to submit your deposit. But I always encourage students, we have that one experience, the major, something that you're looking to when you're thinking about college to apply, go through the admissions process, ask us any questions. With our financial aid, over 90% of the students that apply to the University of Redlands get financial aid, whether it be through our merit scholarship that we offer, need-based grants through the FAFSA. So if you submit your FAFSA application, we'll look at your, if you qualify for the Cal Grant, Pell Grant, any additional federal loans that may be applicable. We also have our own talent scholarships, which includes students that are interested in art, creative writing, theater, and music. You don't necessarily have to major in them, but you do need to have some sort of talent, and these scholarships are also renewable. So like I mentioned, if we have that one thing, one experience that you're looking for, you're willing to explore a new location, definitely check us out. We'll help answer any questions that you may have. You can follow us on our social media handles as well to see more events that may be coming up. Sometimes our students do Instagram takeovers or Facebook Lives to just connect with the audience, connect with parents, ask any questions that you may have or things that you're considering when looking at different universities. If not, you can always check out our website or send us an email and we'll get back to you with any other questions that you may have. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next presenter is California Lutheran University.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Amanda. I am an admission counselor at Cal Lutheran, and I am going to get us started here. As I mentioned, I am an admission counselor. I'm also an alum of Cal Lutheran, graduated a couple years ago with a communication degree. I'm very excited to be here with you. I also have a colleague here presenting with me today. I'll give him a moment to introduce himself.
Yes, hello everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Chris Acosta. I'm also another one of the admission counselors in the Office of Undergraduate Admission at Cal Lutheran. Excited to be here and glad that you all were able to make it.
Perfect. So Cal Lutheran is located in Thousand Oaks in sunny Southern California. We're about halfway between Los Angeles and Santa Barbara, right in the middle there, about 20 minutes to the coast. And as you can see, very blue skies, very green campus, a really beautiful place to be. With a name like Thousand Oaks, kind of makes sense as to why. Here you can see some of our quick facts about Cal Lutheran and some things about us. So we are just over 3,000 undergraduate students with an average class size of 17 students, which means our students really get to know the professors and vice versa. I think one of the most meaningful things about Cal Lutheran are the relationships that the professors have with students. They will take the students out to dinner as a class to celebrate the end of a semester. They'll have students meet them at Starbucks, at the campus Starbucks. They'll invite classes over to their house for dinner, for Thanksgiving, for brunch, just to celebrate them and continue to build those relationships with them. A couple other things, we are a campus that represents 39 faiths, 42 states, and 49 countries. So there really is a large representation of different students with different backgrounds, belief systems, lifestyles on our campus at Cal Lutheran. While we do have Lutheran in our name, and we certainly do have Lutheran roots, we are a place that is very welcoming to students of all backgrounds, as I said. So we have campus pastors, but we also have a campus rabbi for our Jewish students. We have a Hallel Club. We have a Catholic Mass on campus every week for our Catholic students, and a number of different things as well. And if you don't kind of have a religious identity, you're still welcome on campus. We have chapel every week, but it's not mandatory for students to attend, so that's completely up to each student. We also have about a third of our students are first generation college students, and about a half are from underrepresented backgrounds as well. We are a Hispanic serving institution, which is a federal designation, and we're about 25 minutes to the coast as well. Couple things about what there is to do outside of Cal Lutheran. So we have some great study abroad programs in over 80 different countries. I had the opportunity to study abroad twice as a student, once a full semester program at the University of Oxford, which we do have a partnership in England with the University of Oxford. And then we have shorter travel seminars as well that are 2 to 3 weeks in another country. Internships are also a great opportunity for our students. We had 500 plus students participate in internships last year. Really great connections within the community close to Los Angeles as well. Career Services is an office at Cal Lutheran that is free to students for the rest of their lives after they graduate here. So not only is it free for you as a current student, but it's also free for you later on in the rest of your career choices, that you can always come back and get some assistance from us. They'll help with resume building, they'll help with salary negotiation, mock interviewing, all that good stuff. There's also a lot of ways to learn outside of the classroom, including research opportunities. So because of the size of Cal Lutheran, because we are on the smaller end of a mid-sized university environment where you're constantly competing with other sharks in the water to try to get that one research spot, it really is a collaborative place where students want to see each other grow and want to give each other the space to do that. So if you're looking for a school that can do that, this is a great place for you to consider. Another great thing I wanted to highlight, we do have about 40 majors and 41 minors. Altogether, our top 5 most popular majors are biology, communication, exercise science, business, and psychology. Those are our top 5 most popular majors. None of our majors are impacted, which means we actually guarantee that our students will graduate in 4 years. And we guarantee it so much that if for some reason by the end of your 4 years here, you can't get the classes you need in order to graduate by that time, Cal Lutheran will pay for any additional classes you need beyond those 4 years. So we're really putting our money where our mouth is, and we're saying we guarantee you that 4-year graduation rate. If that's something important to you, then I think you should attend a school that can say we can make you graduate in 4 years. Another thing here about our residence life. So we actually do have 15 co-ed residence halls, and we are ranked 12th best residence halls in California. If you ever get a chance to see the halls, you'll know why. All of our residence halls have free parking, free laundry, Wi-Fi access, air conditioning, heating, and private bathrooms and showers. So we don't have communal bathrooms anywhere on campus. Almost all of our residence halls have a living room for each of the rooms themselves, in addition to the living room, bathroom, and a couple bedrooms. And so it's a really great space to live and really kind of put your roots down. We do guarantee housing as well, and we have some great dining options. The Habit, our dining commons, Starbucks, Jamba Juice, all that good stuff, all part of your meal plan. And with that, I'll pass it off to Chris here.
Yes, thank you. So if you're liking what you're hearing, this is just a little bit of background in terms of what you need to apply. We do take the common application, official high school transcripts. We are test optional. I always tell students that feel free to submit test scores or not. It does not limit your ability to be accepted, nor does it inhibit your ability to attain academic scholarships. You can see the average admitted student profile, but those are just averages. We do take a holistic review of your application. So as a former first generation college student, I know how overwhelming this whole process can be, especially in the midst of a global pandemic that we're overcoming. So definitely, I know this whole process can be very stressful, and that's why we're here. We're here to help throughout the process. You can see some of the deadlines there below. We do have an early action deadline. If you're interested, apply by November 1st. It's non-binding, and you could be eligible for scholarships that go all the way up to full tuition. We also offer a couple other different scholarships in the visual and performing arts section, but as well a public prize promise scholarship, where there are 6 UC schools that are associated with this scholarship. If you apply and are accepted into any one of the 6 UC schools and choose to come to Cal Lutheran, we'll actually award you a scholarship that matches the difference in cost. This year, that scholarship is a little over $28,000. If you would like any more information, please feel free to reach out, submit questions in the Q&A function. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Our next presenter is Whittier College.
Wonderful, thank you. My name is Megan Post. I'm the Associate Director of Admission here at Whittier College. Let me just share my screen with you all. Wonderful, and we will get started. So Whittier College is located in Southern California. We're straddling LA and Orange County. So our students are able to get the best of both worlds and be able to tap into all the great opportunities for internships. And we have virtually every type of business in our backyard, from the tech industry to healthcare. And we have employers that you won't find anywhere else, like the NASA Jet Propulsion Lab and the movie studios located in Southern California. Our students do take advantage of the local area of the beaches, amusement parks like Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm. They take on opportunities for jobs and much more. I did mention internships just a little bit ago, but our students are encouraged to start looking at internships as early as their first year in college. So going on to our next slide, when it comes to academic programs, Whittier gives you many options. Our students can choose from over 30 different majors. Among the most popular are going to be biology, kinesiology, business, administration, and psychology. But we also have some pre-professional programs like pre-med and pre-physical therapy, as well as a 3-2 engineering program in partnership with the University of Southern California. Our students are able to kind of self-design their programs by double majoring, having minors. We have over 40 different minors, so all the ones with asterisks are just minors that are offered, but you can take any of our majors and turn them into minors as well. We also have a special program for students that have a specific postgraduate pathway in mind, which is called our Whittier Scholars Program, known as WSP, where students can tailor their major and coursework around a field or interest that they would like to pursue. When it comes to our class size, our total undergraduate population is 1,700. So we're a small, intimate, liberal arts college with our average class size being around 19 students. But the great thing is as you get into your major courses, your class sizes are going to shrink down even more. So as you go into your major program, you're going to get to know your professors on a whole different level, where you're going to have exposure to research, you're going to have opportunities to apply for fellowships, and you're also going to have the opportunity to get internships through your professors as well. And so we want our students to not only have the experience in the classroom, but be able to have those hands-on experiences, whether that's in a lab, whether it's out in the community, through internships and fellowships, but we want our students to take advantage of all those opportunities. When it comes to our campus community, we are inclusive and we are residential. I think that's very important for some students that are coming from a little ways away from home, and even for our local students as well. We are primarily a residential campus, where most of our students are living in one of our 7 different residence halls on campus. We also have tons of ways for our students to get involved. So there's many clubs, organizations, and we also have societies that are very similar in characteristics to fraternities and sororities at other institutions. But our students are coming from all different backgrounds. We're ranked one of the most diverse schools in the nation, so we're very proud of that, but we also know that that comes very natural to the area that we are in. And so we like to tell our students that the diversity goes beyond what's normal in Southern California, but goes into where our students are coming from regionally, if they're coming up from out of state, are they coming from abroad, as well as the economic backgrounds of our students. So we want to have a community that is diverse and allows for you to learn even more in the classroom. So having those different personalities, the different viewpoints, allows for a very rich education atmosphere. When it comes to our admission and financial aid portion, we give a lot of financial aid when it comes to merit. So based off of your overall academic profile and also fit to the institution, you'll have opportunities for the John Greenleaf Whittier Scholarship that ranges anywhere from $15,000 up to $36,000 a year. We also give need-based aid to students based off of your FAFSA application, and we do encourage students to fill that out right when it opens and make sure that you're first in line for those eligibility opportunities. There are some funding that are just unique to our institution and can only be applied to our institution, which is our Leadership Scholarship. So we award 20 leadership scholarships for students that are active in their community, their church, their high schools. And it's a way for us to encourage them to continue their leadership throughout their 4 years. We also have talent scholarships in music, art, theater, and theater tech, and we are looking to expand this next year, but it's a way for you to earn extra funding from the arts. And those scholarships can range as low as $5,000 up to $8,000 and sometimes higher depending on the year. We also have where we use Raise Me. So if you are a junior, a sophomore, or even in your going to join your senior year, definitely look up Raise Me because many institutions are on that. It's a great college search tool. When it comes to our application process, we do go through the common application. We require a personal statement, a letter of recommendation, as well as a your high school transcripts. We only look at your 9th through 11th grade year of a weighted GPA. And then we also have you submit your SAT or ACT, but we are also test optional. On the right is our average, our ranges for our students last year. So you can kind of see where you fall in, but we are reviewing applications holistically and look at all elements when it comes to your application. We do have 2 admission plans, our early action of November 15th and regular decision of February 1st. Again, we do encourage students to fill out their FAFSA application by the time you submit your application, just so that you can get all your awards ahead of time, early and as soon as possible once you get your admission decision. I also have all my contact information, which I will share in this chat as well, but here's my contact information. We have a lot of virtual events as well happening right now and throughout this next season. So feel free to visit our website and you'll have many opportunities to visit campus, to see the campus in person over the summer, as well as virtual offerings too. But thank you so much for your evening and I'll pass it on.
Thank you so much. Our next presenter is Whittier College, or sorry, Occidental College.
Hello, good evening, everyone. It is really, really exciting to be here and to get to introduce you to Occidental. My name is Courtney Strickland Bergen. I'm the Associate Dean of Admission. I am also a graduate of Occidental, and we are another small private liberal arts college here in Southern California. Oxy is unique in that we are one of the only liberal arts colleges in the country that's actually in a major city. We are in LA, actual city limits. We're just a little bit north of downtown LA, and adding that to the liberal arts experience just allows our students to really expand kind of their academic and also their residential life with everything that LA has to offer. Here's a way to picture that, just because LA is so big. So you can see where we're located. Oxy is the kind of shaded part at the bottom of the image. We're in Northeast LA in the neighborhoods of Eagle Rock and Highland Park. And our students have access to great coffee shops and boba and vegan donuts right off campus, but of course, all of LA around them. As a private liberal arts and sciences college, all of our students are going to be asked to study classes outside of their major. And our core program is really what guarantees access to that. It is not a list of classes you have to take to graduate. It really is subjects that you get to explore. So for example, everyone studies something that happened before the 1800s. Certainly there are centuries of time to fulfill that requirement. So you might pick whatever history class you're interested in, or you could fill that same requirement with an art history class or music or religious studies or philosophy or geology. And we believe you're going to learn more about your own major when you are comparing it to these other subjects. I know that's a liberal arts philosophy that all of our schools here share. Here is a list of Oxy's different academic programs. You'll see there are as many majors in the sciences as there are in the social sciences and the arts and the humanities. Some of our most popular majors are economics, biology, psychology, kinesiology, and sociology. But we're also really well known for some of our small majors just because they're unique to Oxy, like critical theory and social justice, which looks at the history of bias and prejudice and also seeks to help us find solutions. And our food studies program is one of the only food studies majors you can find at a liberal arts college in the country. All of our students have access to research, and we actually have an undergraduate research center that funds between 100 and 150 students each summer to do full-time research. They live on campus, they work with a faculty mentor, but they design the research themselves, come up with their own methodology, and present it at the end of the summer. We also have unique research opportunities like our marine biology program, where students can actually get scuba certified and do their research in the ocean. That's one of the things we have here in Southern California. We send students to study abroad in really, really high numbers. Traditionally, 75% of our students spend time in other countries. And we also have one of the only internship programs at the United Nations. So not only could you study abroad, but you could also study off campus, doing a full semester working with the UN and living in New York. Really, really amazing program. All of our students live on campus, and housing is actually guaranteed for all 4 years. We do require housing for the first 3 years, and this is because we believe our students learn more by learning from each other. Oxy is also one of the most diverse public or private liberal arts colleges in the country. Our students come from a range of backgrounds. Between 43 and 45% of our students identify as students of color. We also have an incredible amount of geographic diversity. The majority of our students are not from California. We currently have 47 states and 39 countries represented on campus. And just the advantage of living in space means that the engagement you have in our small classes is the same that you can continue to have even outside of class. When your average class size is 18 students and our student faculty ratio is 10:1, you get to know your professors, but it also means the other people that are sitting in the classroom with you are going to be contributing to your education. Our students are very, very involved in our clubs and organizations. Oxy does have Greek life with fraternities and sororities. I will admit that Greek life looks a little different at Oxy than it does at other schools. We have a chemistry fraternity, for example, and a co-ed fraternity. And so rather than being kind of a single community that you connect with, students who are involved in Greek life tend to think of it as kind of one of many communities, right? You're just as likely to be in a sorority and play soccer and write for the yearbook and perform open mic nights with your band. Like, it's not going to define who you are. And that's really how we look at community at Oxy, that no one is put into one box. Everyone gets a chance to be all of themselves. And ideally, there are things you loved doing in high school that you get to continue to do at Oxy, but you would also find new passions. Speaking of passions, 25% of our students are varsity athletes. You'll see our 20 varsity sports listed here. We also have a really dynamic club and intramural sports, and all of our facilities are open to everyone. And Oxy students are prepared to do amazing things after they graduate. We have a career center that's dedicated with to our students for all 4 years, also working with you after you graduate. And we have found that 90% of Oxy students have an internship before they graduate. On average, they actually have more than one internship. We think this is an incredible advantage of being in LA. We also found, after doing surveys of our alumni 5 and 10 years after Oxy, that 70% of Oxy students go on to get graduate degrees. And this is 20% higher than the national average, and something that we are really proud of and believe is just a reflection of the small classes and the research and the opportunities that Oxy students have. If you decide to apply to Oxy, we do have early decision and regular decision application rounds. We are test optional. We love to get to know students in an interview process. And I think probably most important about all this information is that we do meet 100% of demonstrated need. So anyone who is admitted to the college, we make sure can actually afford to attend. So I look forward to answering any of your questions and staying in touch. And I just appreciate you all being here tonight.
Fantastic. We have a few minutes left, so if our reps wouldn't mind turning on their cameras, I'll just do one round of questions here for you all to share with students. And that question is, what advice would you share to a student going through the college search process? And we'll start off with Scripps.
I would say don't limit yourself. I think for a lot of, as a first-gen student, I kind of had this idea of schools I had to go or where I think family wanted me to go. I wish I would have explored more about other options, and not just women's colleges, but like small liberal arts colleges, you know, a religious institution, you know, explore all of your options, because you really will be surprised what really will be your fit. And you'll be surprised that if you find multiple campuses that make you feel like, yes, this is the place. And in your college search, if you're applying to schools, make sure you apply to schools that you would be happy to go to, not just schools that you would just check off your list. I think that was the advice I'd give.
And then the advice that I would give would be to really lean in on the university when you have ones that you're interested in and that you're seeking. Talk to current students, go to different virtual events, really take the time to explore campus if you have the opportunity to visit, kind of get a feel for the community, what classrooms look like, what classes are taught like, so that you really know kind of what you're getting into and what to expect when you actually get to the university.
I'd say, yeah, definitely talk to current students. Use social media, I think, to your advantage. Your generation is definitely getting more creative with ways to engage with us as staff and current students. But I think asking a student their current experience, having questions on what does it look on a day-to-day, like they're going to give you the most honest and real answer than I think a staff member. And so that'd be my biggest advice.
Yeah, just to kind of echo everything everyone has said, but I will also say, when you do get to the point of actually applying to colleges, don't try to make yourself sound like someone that you're not. I think when you're writing essays, when you're trying to be this impressive student that you definitely are, and you want to show that off, but don't try to tell us a story that you might think we want to hear. All we want to do is get to know who you actually are. And if who you actually are isn't, you know, a made for television type story, then that's okay. If it is, great, definitely write about it. But if not, we just want to hear who you are. One of the best essays we talk about in our office often that we read was a student who talked about her personality and describing the different shoes that she has and how this pair of shoes relates to this aspect of life and this pair relates to this aspect. And it helped us get to know her. So that would be my recommendation to you.
Just say, look into scholarships. There's a lot of free money out there. When I was applying, I didn't do my research. I just felt like it was so much effort on top of just applying. I know it's a lot. I know it could be tedious, but there's so much free money out there. So please look into scholarships and applying.
I would just, oh, sorry. Yep.
Sorry. The advice I would provide is use the resources available to you. Don't be shy to ask questions or reach out. Most college websites have all of their professors listed with emails. Reach out, ask questions. If you're wondering about a major or what kind of career path you can go into, reach out to the professors directly. Or if you want to talk to a current student, I think now is the most important time to be reaching out and asking to be connected with current students, since many schools are just barely opening up for campus tours. Is ask to be connected with the students so you can get the students' perspective, because I'm sure you're tired of hearing from all of us about what college life is like. I'm sure you want to hear from actual students. So don't be shy to reach out to the admission staff or any college rep on campus, because they'd be happy to connect you with any resources you need.
Sorry, Megan. Excellent advice. We almost didn't get to hear it. But I just want to remind you to listen to yourself. I think you have some preferences that sometimes you're afraid to admit, like you don't want to go somewhere cold or you don't want to be somewhere hot. And those are actually really important because you're going to live somewhere for 4 years. So kind of give yourself some space to think about those realities and practical things about life and make sure that your college list reflects that.
Fantastic. Thank you, everyone, for sharing all that great advice. And thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. When this window closes, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so please continue to sign up for more. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this recording and others at strivescan.com/WACAC. So thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Thank you to our presenters.